All right. The people should know, first of all, that you just got done skiing.
That I just took a bath.
Oh, man.
Dirt's a wonderful soap.
You're going to go down to the lake and swim after this?
Absolutely. This morning I definitely wouldn't have, but now that I'm all warm, it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's 50 degrees and Tim just went down and you guys are going to go swimming in the lake. So, I think that... Well, you guys have been living outside, so cold has probably changed a lot for you. Have you been cold at all?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like when we did the challenge, like that was cold.
That was cool. Okay, so we did... I have some video of that.
Oh, you do?
The plane crash challenge.
Yeah, you gotta...
See what you found.
Oh yeah, you got some honey mushrooms.
Sweet.
Which is nice. we're gonna have food. Just gotta figure out how to cook them. You're lucky. There's a couple more coming.
How your night was?
You know, it was all right for a little bit. But like, as soon as it started to be not all right, it was too much. Like, I was pretty comfy there for a while. I had a nice rock between my legs, and then like my feet started to go. You know, sort of like numb, and the tarp wasn't too much of a help because it's just way too big. You know, I couldn't really insulate my feet.
Yeah.
It was wet too.
Yeah, they got really wet.
I had a plastic bag I put over my, blanket to make kind of a sleeping bag. Oh, it got so wet. It just really condenses on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. I wouldn't expect that. But I guess it's waterproof. So good thing it didn't rain.
Oh, these hot rocks are so nice.
Yeah, the hot rocks.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I ended up, gosh, I don't know time, but it was still dark out. And I went to the bathroom, and I tried to find my way back to the campsite, and I missed. And I ended up at the fire pit. And there was still some little coals, so I've been making fire ever since. And it's wonderful. Well,
from the experience?
I've never went through a morning like this before. You know, like actually... Usually when I wake up this early, it's like to get on a bus to go somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you know, you get up early to go on the bus, and then I fall asleep again.
Yeah.
But like I'm wide awake right now because going to sleep is out of the question. And it's been really neat, like the deer snorting earlier, and like the birds in the morning, and the way the sun, like the dusk.
Oh, just slowly growing light. Yeah.
I got to see all of it. And that was really neat. That was really neat to see. That was a cold night.
It was a cold night. And you guys opted to not bring blankets or anything.
Not really thinking too much. I don't know, because I've been used to the sleeping bag, so I figured it wouldn't be too bad. And it wasn't. It's just I should have brought socks. Always bring wool socks. But yeah, otherwise, like it wasn't too bad of a night at all. And it was super beautiful. So like not being able to sleep during the wee hours of the morning was amazing. Because I got to see the whole dawn.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never done that before. That was really, really pretty.
Wow.
And there's a deer snorting at me the whole time. A little fire going. It was, yeah, definitely worth not sleeping.
There's something about that dawn time that most of us don't get to encounter it. And if you're cozy and you're sleeping comfortably, then usually you sleep through that.
Well, right, yeah.
And because you opted... I mean, did you two decide together that you weren't going to bring... Or you decided you weren't going to bring any blanket? Because there's always the option for people to bring a wool blanket on this plane crash scenario challenge, where you just go out and you have whatever I give you, essentially.
I brought a wool sweater, which was nice. But yeah, like I don't know temperatures or time or any of that stuff out here, but for the most part it hasn't. Like I think not knowing the temperature actually helps with that, because then I don't know.
Okay.
Like I'm not told like, oh, it's 60 degrees. I should be getting colder now.
Yeah.
You know, like it's pants season. It's more like whenever I feel cold, then okay, I should go
Wow.
do something or put on some clothes now. Because like, and I mean like during non-challenge days, the only time I really get cold is like after waking up. I usually go like do a mouth cleanse and like, you know, like the Wim Hof and some breathing, things like that.
Yeah.
And when I come back to like get some water and eat a little bit, that's usually the only time I'm chilly. But I'm never, no, I don't really get like cold yet. At least yet. I mean, it's still September.
It hasn't frosted yet.
Right.
It
No
feels like
snow.
we're close. So I continue to be pretty amazed by your attitude, you know, both you and Tim, in the sense that usually people come to the woods, they just hit a lot of walls, and I've had people that don't hit those walls, but I've never had people that do it with this kind of constant smile on their face and this super positive attitude where you've been here over a month and we just had your month anniversary and there hasn't been anything that's really phased you. How do you do that? What's your secret? Share with me.
Gosh,
How do they get a little bit of this for themselves?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess like I'm super excited to be here, and I haven't really stopped being excited to be here. You know, like the enthusiasm for always learning, like the monk attitude you were talking about is treat every day as like a clean slate to learn a whole bunch. That's helped a lot because, I mean, if every day is, you know, one day closer to being done with the program, like every day is just one more day of, oh, how much can I squeeze out of this, you know? So being able to do that that's helped me a lot. And I haven't really thought about it like as walls. They've just been challenges, you know, not even like, I don't know, there haven't really been any like scary things or anything that's been boring or something like that, you know, to be.
Right. Usually people hit boredom or you had a big animal, we don't know what it was that visited.
Well, I slept through that.
You
So
slept
that
through but still, just knowing that thing was there, whatever it was, and that didn't freak you out at all? Or,
No, because I mean, it didn't ransack our tent, you know? Like, I'm sure if we would have woken up to no food and a bear on top of us, you know, that would have been a pretty big wall, but
yeah,
I mean,
I was pretty sure from Tim's description that
it
was a
sounded
black
like a bear, yeah.
Yeah, and I was pretty sure, because we had the plane crash challenge the next day, that guy was going to come back and your camp would be just devastated, 'cause you weren't there. It'd be,
Surprise! The real plane crash is the next 3 months. No, it's been wonderful, and I've been wanting to do this, you know, for so long that like the anticipation for finally being here.
It's still there after a month.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
It's surprising a month went by. Like, that's insane too. I mean, gosh.
I think you'll be. Are you willing to talk about poop?
About poop? Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
pooping is fantastic out here. Like, I don't know if it, like, what the different types of poop are. Like people who poop really quickly and people who poop slow. But I've always definitely been a slow pooper. Like I've gotten better, but I like probably 7 to 10 minutes usually. And out here it's like a minute at most. So like just that is really nice. And then also it's like squatting, which helps, which is like the whole thing. And I don't really know the mechanics of that. But like having a squat in the morning, you know, just like a nice, long, deep squat like that, it really like loosens everything. I guess maybe loosens isn't the right word. But it just stretches everything out that like usually wouldn't get stretched out in that same way, you know, during a regular day. And we were talking about like if everybody used a squatty potty, everybody would have a nice deep squat like that. Because there's a lot of people like even in school, like our PE teacher would always get on everybody's butt just to be like, you're not squatting right, you know, like your squat is awful, just the form and everything, and how it screws up like people's low back and like their knees and everything by not doing that right. But if everybody like had a nice deep squat. I mean, every 1 or 2 days,
And so
it'd be incredible.
for people that might not be familiar, you're talking about heels down when you're in a squat position.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just like,
I think we'll be
like a,
yeah,
yeah,
we
they can see that. It's just like that. You know, it's just nice. And then you can kind of rest into it if you want, or you can like, I don't know, try to keep your back straight or whatever, but it's not bad. Not bad at all.
And
And then it's nice to, I mean, this probably isn't for everybody, but like just having a big old view of nature while you're taking a poop is fantastic.
yeah, without the little, and for some reason we box ourselves in when we go poop. Usually, I guess it's to not be
Yeah,
seen by anybody.
to be polite.
But you're just out in the woods. And now I've suggested to some people before that they try the method that I saw in Nepal and used there. And that's just, instead of using, we're always using toilet paper or leaves. And I remember my brother coming back from Nepal and saying, "That's so uncivilized," because we just use, this is kind of gross, but we use toilet paper and we just smear it around. But, you use water and you clean yourself, then you get really clean. Mm-hmm. And I suggested this to you guys. You guys
Yep, so I've been doing that.
You've been doing this.
Mm-hmm. It takes a little bit of like, what is that, a learning curve?
Oh,
to
yeah.
like actually, because you waste a lot of water in the beginning, just like, I don't know. It's kind of gross, but it's definitely not as gross as having like poop on you the rest of the day. It is super cleaning. It's like, yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah, I've wondered sometimes why more, of the bushcraft community and stuff doesn't utilize that, because you're toting around toilet paper or using leaves, and it's just the water, which you don't have a stream or a lake right there to use, but often you can just get some water. It doesn't have to be potable water, and it seems like such a good way to go. But
Yeah.
any other wisdom or thoughts that has come to you out here in the woods?
Gosh. Oh, probably should have thought about this before.
I know, I just sprung this on you.
Gosh darn it,
They
Kevin.
got done fighting here. Got over.
Couple concussions and now I got to talk. Gosh. Ooh. Well, this isn't like a super big insight for people who aren't living in the woods, but always have dry firewood and like dry tinder. And I guess you want to get sort of metaphorical with that, just being prepared is super duper nice. And not like over prepared, but just to have a little bit of something for a rainy day, because it seems like there's a lot of rainy days up here. And I guess you can take that in a bad way and be like, oh shucks, it's raining, now I'm not going to have a nice fire. Yeah. And fires aren't really necessary. Like, we've got a lot of nuts and berries and stuff like that to eat still. But just to to prepare a little bit is always nice. And just the simple living has been incredible. Like, we thought we were living pretty simply, and then we went on that plane crash thing where we were living like super duper simply. We just had like, well, all we brought along was clothes, and then we had some cans, like, that had beans in them for a little bit, but just some cans to drink out of, and then like little aluminum foil bowls that we made. So to go from like living super duper simply to how we have been, which feels kind of deluxe now, but still really simply. Yeah. It's just incredible the amount of stuff I haven't needed.
Huh.
In
your regular camp.
Yeah. Like, a sleeping bag is really nice, but it's not super necessary yet. I feel like a couple blankets would suffice if I had them. Wow. Or clothes. And then like the amount of like good food I've needed, like, it's still been like nutritionally sound, but it doesn't have to be quite as tasty, I guess. It doesn't have to be, I don't know, just the luxuries have all been stripped away, and I feel a lot freer, which is neat.
Wow.
And then there's so many things to do, like wild crafts and learning how to harvest and stuff like that. It gives me a really deep appreciation for people who had to do that, because I spent like 3 days trying to process wild rice, just like a little bit, that you guys had given me, and it took forever, and I got about that much in like a peanut butter jar, maybe 3 mouthfuls. And it took a long time. And hazelnuts are sort of the same way.
Oh,
So
yeah.
people who, stay through the winter and have to store all their food, just the appreciation for that is huge.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they would have been doing it a lot more than me. I'm kind of lazy about it because I'm not gonna be here through the winter.
Right.
But like, still, it's incredible, the amount of stuff they have to do there. And then lighting too. I mean, campfires are warm, but they're not light. Like you can't really see when there's a campfire going in the middle of the night. So like, getting up earlier and going to bed earlier, just with the sun, that's been really cool too.
Oh, so really just adjusting
Just
to the cycle.
yeah, to the natural
sun.
light has been really neat for me. And it's also one of those things because I was always a really late stayer up night owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a night owl. So to go from that to more of a morning person has been really nice too.
Huh.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Everything's been good. And the air out here, the air's amazing.
You said that
Like,
before. You
yeah,
I appreciate it.
Because, well, for me, like, my nose has always been really plugged. Like, especially, like, the first week of school,
Yeah.
I'd always, or not the first week, like, the first month, I'd get, like, a really snotty nose because the air is stale in there. And then, a lot of bloody noses, and people, like, all my friends would make fun of me because I'd always be at the front of the class, like, the teacher's trying to talk, and then I'm over in the corner blowing my nose, and everybody's like, Richard, be quiet. But I haven't had any nose problems at all.
Wow.
Like, Rebecca's been doing that, like the breathe through one nostril, breathe out the other nostril
Yeah.
thing with me, and like my nose has been clear every morning.
Wow.
Yeah, which is such a change for me, because fall was always just the big, and here comes all the Kleenexes. But I haven't needed a Kleenex once yet.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah. And I guess another thing with food. Sorry, I keep bringing food up. But food's so nice. But things like apples and carrots and other what are those? Like fruits and vegetables that have parts that like I usually didn't eat before, like the core of the apple,
Oh, yeah.
or like the head of the carrot, or yeah, I guess those are like the big ones. But I've been eating all those now. So just like not wasting the food that I do have.
There's
There's
all that
all
food
that.
that we usually
There's all that food there still. That's like 3 or 4 more bites of apple, and it's still good. Like, I mean, I don't eat the seeds, but everything except for the stem
Wow.
is nice. It's delicious. I'm not sure if there's any like health benefits to eating the apple core, but it's extra food, some more calories, and it still tastes wonderful. So that appreciation for I don't know the word for that, but not wasting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the positive word for that would be, but yeah,
I know.
just like the living simply, and then the not. What is that? Minimalist, maybe? Is that
Essentially,
is that a good,
yeah.
So just, I've been noticing that more and more with everything too. And like clothing as well. Like I brought up way too many clothes. I've been wearing these shorts probably 50% of the time by themselves. I've been
That's
just like this. I don't need that box. And I'm sure that'll change a little bit when it gets colder, but definitely not too much.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how you guys continue to, adapt to the
Mhm.
cold, because it's, I'll tell the YouTube people with a little printout, but I won't maybe tell you, but it's what people would consider chilly today, and here you are I know we were just fighting.
Yeah, we were exercising.
But yeah,
But I woke
it's
up like
interesting.
this too. I mean, I
Really?
was in a sleeping bag then, but
Huh.
Until you came, I was like this. So yeah, it's coming along. I didn't ever really think I'd be cold conditioned, and there's still a long ways to go. But that's a really cool one to see or to feel happening.
Yeah.
Just as Tim would say, the little baby steps.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you. That'll be
Thank you.
that'll be a good one, and we'll keep these videos coming because I heard from a lot of you that you want to take part in his adventure in this way. So we'll keep it coming.
Absolutely. There's plenty to show.